Memory, I can.
Shall we start then? Right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Shazna here. I'm the moderator of today's panel discussion. I warmly welcome you to today's panel discussion on the role of value education. Education is not just about academics, it's about shaping the character, building resilience, and preparing students for life. Today, we are joined with three insightful panelists, Vimuri Migoda, Dulanji Dasnaika, and Dilshad Siddiq. Together, we are exploring the meaning of values in education, their importance, and how they influence our students in today's world. Let's begin. Vimuri, let's start with you. What do you mean by values in education and why they are important in today's society?
So, hello, Shazna. So what we're looking at is usually when we talk about education, we talk about cognitive development, gross motor and fine motor skill development. So it's usually the head and the hand that we talk about. But when it comes to value education, we talk about developing and bringing about changes in the heart of the child as well. So all three components need to be completed to have a holistic child at the end of the day. So what are these values in education? So it's the habits that guide how a child will act and think. It's things like respect, honesty, kindness, and responsibility. So it's not just about knowing what is right, but it is about actually practicing it in daily life. For example, if we take a child who learns the value of sharing in their preschool, this child is going to be a person who's able to work with others and collaborate later on in their work life as well. Or when there is a child who is taught respect, okay, say for example, waiting your turn during circle time. Now, this skill can carry forward and they will show respect and treat others equally when they are in a larger society in their later lives as well. Now, when we say today's society and why is this important, it's very important right now because children are growing up in an environment where they are exposed to so many things through social media, through technology, different cultures. So, without these values, it's very easy for them to get lost or even feel pressured. So we need to inculcate these values in the children, and that acts as a kind of a compass that will direct the children in the correct way. So it's like teaching them, yes, knowledge is important, but you need to know how to use this knowledge at, as and when you need it.
Thank you, Vimuri, for your points. So that's a good insight for us. And now it comes for Dilshad. In your view, which values are more important for students in today?
Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Shazna. So actually, what Emily said is correct. We should teach them good moral values and spiritual values and also cultural values. So when I get the question, which one is considered as the important value for most important value for students? Yes, I believe the most important value should be taught to children is honesty and integrity because should be truthful. The student should be truthful and also duty conscious. Not only students, actually teachers also should be very duty conscious and we should teach children
when they do a deed, they get rewards. So do it properly, honestly, and truthful. So the first value we should teach them is honesty and integrity. And the second one, I believe, we should teach them respect. This is very important because nowadays, children don't know how to respect. So we should tell them because when we take as a history teacher, when we teach history, we can see how our ancestors taught them to respect the clergy, to respect the adults, and to respect the parents. So there was respect everywhere in the society. So the country was developed. But nowadays, when we see that is not there. So I think we should teach children about the respect, how to respect the adults, how to respect their parents, how to respect the teachers, and how to respect to others' ideas. So this should be taught for children, the most important value, I think. And the other one, I believe, it's responsibility because each and everyone has responsibility to as a student, as a teacher, as a citizen in the country. We have responsibility. So this should be taught to them. The other one I believe is ethical value, caring for others, because nowadays children and also the people around us are very selfish. They think about only themselves. So we should teach children about the ethical values and selfless qualities to children to think about others and caring for oneself. So I think these are the four values mostly I believe we should teach children. Thank you, Shastra.
Excellent points, Dilshad. So, Dulanji, can you tell us why value education is essential for students in the first place?
Yes. Good evening, teacher. Thank you. I think we live in the village, the global village, where knowledge is like expanding rapidly. Technology, science, and innovation are shaping all aspects of our life. So, but the question is, what gives the direction to this knowledge? The answer is values. Without values, knowledge can be misused or even harmful. So, value education provides the moral compass, as you said previously, that guides students in using their knowledge wisely. So, value education is more important and it is an essential part of students' life because I think value education builds character. Qualities like honesty, responsibility, respect cannot be measured on exam papers, right? But they define who a people truly is. And like a student with the integrity will succeed not only in school but also in life because like they can be trusted and respected. And also, I wanted to say that value education promotes empathy, as Dilshad teacher said, empathy and respect for the diversity, especially in our multicultural classrooms and societies. Students come, students coming from different kinds of backgrounds, religions, languages. So, value education teaches them to respect differences, work together peacefully, and like appreciate others' perspectives. It helps to like prevent discrimination as well as like builds a very good harmony. And I want to say that value education prepares students in a real life challenges as well. Uh, to make ethical decisions, handle stress, and like solve conflicts. Likewise, peacefully. Likewise, these kind of things you can get from the value education, not just from the knowledge. So teamworks and kindness will be like more successful in the workplaces and in the society also. When it goes to the career, when someone is having technical skills very much, actually be better than that, the more valued person is much more important to the workplace as well. And also wanted to say that as you said, like values are compassion, responsibilities, environmental awareness, then they become good citizens who can contribute to building a peaceful and sustainable world even. And wanted to say that the value education is just not an extra subject for a student. It is the heart of education itself. It balances knowledge, the wisdom, ambition, and empathy, and individually with responsibility. If you want to prepare students to the 21st century, and not just as professional, as human beings, good human beings, then value education must remain at the core of all our teaching. Thank you.
Okay, yes, the points are really excellent, Dulanji. It's very important for us. Yes, I hope Vimuri is there. Now let's move deeper into the impacts of values. Vimuri, how does the value education affects relationship with peer, teachers, and family?
All right. So, when it comes to relationships,
I'll come back to that point. So I'll come back to the question again for Vimuri. So I'll come with Dilshad. Now, Dilshad, in today's diverse world, classroom often brings students together from different cultures. What are the challenges of teaching values in a multicultural classroom?
Yeah, it's a good question because I work in a multicultural school. So, and also it's a mixed school. So we have lots of challenges to meet uh, because teaching values in a multicultural classroom is not easy. So, students come from different religion, traditions, and environment background, and also cultural backgrounds is different. So the first challenge I meet is the parents. The parents' expectation. Because when the parents come, all they ask, uh, which villages, that means which community. Then we have to answer, no, this is multicultural school. We teach all the Sri Lankan students. There is no specific community in this school. So sometimes the parents don't like to admit in our school because of multicultural. That means there are some narrow-minded parents. So that it's a challenge for us to educate them about the multicultural values. One is that the parents' expectation from the school. Sometimes now when we organize festivals, sometimes celebrations, parents don't send their children to these festivals. So it's the biggest challenge we have when teaching in multicultural school. The other one is when we teach about history, religion, we face sometimes lot of problems. Problems means we should be very careful when we teach about this. For example, when we see one religion uh, in their religious places, we should cover it is respectful, and another religious place we should remove the head cover. It's a rule. So we have to teach children how to cooperate with this cultural diversity, because earlier how I told respect. So respecting other religions, respecting other cultures is very important to teach children and inculcate about that, how to respect other religion and how to respect other culture is very important. So that's a challenge we have. So however, as teachers, we have to cooperate and take a balanced view and teach them very clearly about the diverse cultural uh, rules and regulations. And the other one is the background of the children, because when some children come to school, their rules and regulations at home is different, and our rules and regulations is different in the school. So that there are some problems we need to handle them. So that also a problem for us. We face in multicultural school. So as a history teacher, I always take some historical events and teach them how ancient time our ancestors act to take this ethnic coexistence as Sri Lanka as multicultural country from ancient time, how they balance the nature, balance the people, and how they lived peacefully with ethnic coexistence. We have to take lots of examples in the history and inculcate for the children about these multicultural society, very good values. So these are the problems we face in Sri Lanka when we teach in the school in a multicultural school, especially. Thank you, Shana.
Yes, those are important challenges to consider. So I'll come back to Vimuri there. You're back there, Vimuri. So yes, so the question was for you: how value education affects relationship with peers, teachers, and family.
So when it comes to relationships, values are very important because we have to have respect, we need to have empathy. And without these things, it's very difficult for people to work together and coexist in, say, for example, a classroom. So if a child has been taught these kinds of values that we've been talking about so far, they'd have more friends. They will be empathetic to how their friends are feeling. If a new child comes in, they will feel towards that child. And then when they are like that, when they are trustworthy, when they share their things, automatically they will be somebody that all the others gravitate towards. And then they will have a very nice and healthy environment and good relationships with their peers. Now, one thing I've seen is when there are children with, say, learning disabilities, and you see that children working together even in preschool, at this young age, they are able to understand that, okay, maybe this child is not the same as me, but I am not going to treat them in a different way. They always show kindness, they show great amounts of patience, sometimes more than even what an adult might show. If they are working and this child comes in and disrupts what they're doing, takes their pencil out of their hand, they still not say anything because now they understand, okay, I've got to be understanding. Me arguing, me trying to take it back is not going to make a difference. So if we can create environments where children learn this, when they grow up, society would actually be a much better place. Because we can see right now what's happening in the world. So many people have, they have no respect, they have no tolerance, they have no empathy. And when we create environments where children learn these things, automatically
Yes, Dulanji, I hope I'm audible to you. Dulanji? Yes. So I'll come to the final question for Dulanji. How can value education prepare students for challenges in the real world beyond school?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay, Kitty. In today's rapidly changing society, academic knowledge alone is not enough. So students are stepping into the real world challenges. Students are stepping into from the
Yes, you can continue. You can continue, Dulanji.
Okay, really sorry about the connection problems. So what I'm saying is like uh, the real world, when you come to the real world, value education equips students to face real world challenges. That's what I'm talking about. So value education develops the character and resilience. When students learn honestly, accountability, respect, empathy, and responsibility, like, they are better prepared to make wise choices even under pressure. Who values integrity with refuse dishonesty in examinations or in future workplaces as well. So another thing that I need to mention is value education nurtures critical life skills, qualities like teamwork and compassion, prepare students to work in diverse environment in a multicultural and globalized world. They are like respect differences, and as I said before, collaborate peacefully in a real strength. So they can handle ethical and social challenges as well. With the rise of technology, social media, and like materials pressure, young people often face moral confusion. Value education gives them a moral compass, guiding them not just on what they can do, but what they should do. And also wanted to say that mental and emotional well-being, like values such as gratitude, patience, self-discipline, it allows students to manage stress, failures, and like uncertainties. So likewise, those kind of challenges they can face easily with the value of education. And also relationship problems as well. So, in again, I want to say that value education shapes students into responsible citizens. It encourages respect to others, care for the environment, and builds sense of social responsibility. Uh, each students do not like succeed personally, but also cultivate positivity to the society as well. In real world, challenges are not just academic or professional. They are also ethical, social, and emotional. Value education acts like an inner compass, guiding students to walk in a right path. And sounds like when you get the decisions and it lead meaningful lives. Okay, and like just to make a living, you make a life with full of happiness with the value education children can offer. That is the answer for these real world challenges, I think. Thank you.
Thank you, panelists, for your thoughtful insight. So today we have learned the values in education and more than that, abstract ideas. So they guided behavior, shape relationships, and prepare students for future filled with challenges and opportunities. So, as educators, leaders, and parents, it's our responsibility to ensure that, along with the academic excellence, our students also carry forward the empathy, respect, and integrity. So, thank you all for being a part of this discussion, and special thanks for the South Asia International Association for Early Childhood Development and Care and Development platform, where they gave us to do this panel discussion. The special again another special thank for Kamal Goda sir and Rakmi ma'am for giving us this opportunity. So we will wrap up our panel discussion from here then. Okay, good night everyone.
Good night.